Okay, so the story we're about to get into, it seriously feels like something straight out of a horror movie, but the thing is, it's not. This is a real firsthand account. And it's one of those chilling reminders that, sometimes the scariest things are happening way closer than you think. So, let me ask you something. How well do you really know your neighbors? I mean, sure, you might say hi, maybe you've borrowed some sugar or whatever, but do you have any idea what actually goes on behind their closed doors? This story, yeah, it's going to make you think about that question in a whole new way. And that's a direct quote from the person who saw everything go down. Even now, 4 years later, they say it's still as clear and as horrifying as the night it actually happened. So let's walk through their story piece by piece and uncover the absolutely terrifying secret they stumbled upon, right in their own neighborhood. All right, so our story kicks off with something a lot of us have dealt with, right? Noisy neighbors. But look, we're not talking about loud music or the occasional late-night party. No, this was something else entirely. Something way more constant and honestly, way more disturbing. And I mean right next door. Not across the street, not a few houses down. We're talking separated by just one wall. The setting here is super close, super immediate. The walls were thin, and as you'll see, so was that line between normal life and something terrible. Living there was a couple, just a man and a woman. And from the outside, you probably wouldn't think twice about them. They just looked like, well, any other couple. But what was happening inside their house was defined by one single constant thing. They fought all the time. This was basically the soundtrack to the narrator's daily life. Constant shouting, endless arguments. It happened so often that it almost became normal, Just this awful background noise that was always there. Until one night, it just stopped. And that brings us to the night where everything went sideways. A night that started out exactly the same as all the others, but ended with a silence that was, somehow, louder and a million times more terrifying than any fight they ever had. So that night, the usual routine starts up. The yelling begins next door, just like it had, hundreds of times before. If you're our witness, you're probably just thinking, here we go again, and trying to tune it out, just waiting for it to be over. But then, everything just stopped. And this is the key moment. It wasn't a gradual winding down. It was abrupt. Complete silence. That familiar, constant noise of their fighting was just gone, replaced by this really creepy, unnatural quiet. And that is what set off the alarm bells. That silence, though, that was only the beginning. The witness, now totally on edge, goes to